Hi guys, welcome to Oddcast, a For Nerds by Nerds show where we discuss essentially anything that's on our mind, but in fun ways. So if you're down with fun stuff like today's television review, go ahead and like, subscribe, and be notified. Now's your opportunity. So with that said, we're going to dive right into today's topic, which is actually a TV review of anime, which I know is near and dear to Paige. And the anime that we're going to discuss is Food Wars, which premiered on Netflix. Well, at least season 2 premiered not too long ago, and I watched it based on recommendations from Paige, and gotta say I'm not disappointed with it. So you follow...
I've been trying to get you to watch more anime for a long time, so anytime I can get anybody to watch anime, anime is near and dear to my heart.
I try to mix it in. It's like vegetables. It comes with my diet. Like, you put it on the plate and then every once in a while you eat it.
I mean, that makes sense. It's Japanese. They're all about the vegetables, so I guess I eat a lot of vegetables.
Nothing wrong with being an animatarian? I don't know. There's got to be...
It's called otaku.
Otaku.
Just otaku.
That doesn't have such a good ring to it.
I mean, there is a negative connotation with otaku, but there's another term that is used to describe extreme otakus who never leave their home, like, ever, even pre-pandemic. So, that has its own word that I obviously cannot remember right now. But it's not,
but it's
so
bad.
Otaku is several steps before that, so I'm okay with it.
But leaving home is important, and that's actually what we do in Food Wars. We follow the young character Soma, who leaves from home and his home restaurant at his dad's request and goes to university.
I don't know that it was so much of a request of his dad, but more of a forceful push. But yes.
Anything to instigate the hero's journey. So when we first meet Soma, he is 480, is it 88 or 89 losses into his dad?
I believe it's 89.
Okay. And he continues that trend of losing to his father. And then his father just...
Well, I feel like you missed so part of Food Wars is that they have Food Wars, which is, like, basically a chef battle of judging, like a straight up, greatest British baking show Bake Off challenges.
I mean, you're not wrong, but the
they're
losses,
super epic,
right? But the losses to his dad weren't technically Food Wars, at least not as he knew them at that time. Later on, he began, once he gets to the university, then he realizes it. And this isn't just like a university. This is like one of the top culinary schools in the world, and they control the culinary underground. I don't know, it's weird. They've got, like, a weird mafia-style effect on everything.
It's an anime. Like, it's expected. You have to go to the extreme.
They do go to the extreme. And I gotta admit that one of the things that I do appreciate about the show is that it breaks down the recipes with, like, that anime flair. And the anime
it
flair
straight up tells you how to cook things.
Yeah, almost.
Except for the measurements. Like,
it tells you all the recipes, like, and then he stuffed the duck with crest of lemon that was freshly picked from the fields of Italy. It's the same way that, like, if Magic the Gathering were done in an anime, it would just be crazy. Oh, but you see, you've tapped all of your islands, which means that you are unarmed and ill-prepared for my fireball.
Well, but the animation, it's beautiful. Like, it's beautifully animated, and the action, because there's action in this show, even though they're not actually fighting physically. They're fighting with their food. Like, True. It's really extreme, and how they go about it. And all the characters are super passionate, but I mean, it's an extreme school. If you get a failing grade, you get expelled. Like, people get expelled left and right. Yeah. I don't think that even 20 people graduate at the end. When they start off with, like, over 700 students in a class.
And then they get rid of half before the end of season 1.
Yes.
With the challenges.
Yeah.
And then there's Food War challenges, and of course, you follow Soma, and then you meet his rivals, and it's an ecchi style.
It is 100% ecchi. It is not safe for work. It is.
It's not safe for work for the same reason that judo isn't here today. And he's not here today because watching it is difficult for him because you like to watch things with volume. And in every episode, there's an orgasm. At least one.
is a foodgasm.
My
it
bad.
is not an orgasm.
It is a girl
Yeah,
or a
different.
guy panting heavy and screaming in ecstasy.
Yes.
That if
But-
somebody were to walk in, they would assume that you were not watching an anime that was about cooking.
Yep, that is accurate.
So it makes it difficult to watch.
Around children,
Or adults who
which
don't
is just a
understand.
problem. Yes.
If they're watching from somewhere else. So don't watch it at work. Don't watch it in the coffee break room. It's going to lead to a bunch of conversations that you probably
And don't watch
have.
with your kids.
Yeah, well, depending. Don't. It's an ecchi style, and I almost want to say is it going to be like a harem ecchi? That's where I feel like it's going.
No, there is an equal amount of guys to girls, and different people have different feelings about each other. So no, because a harem or reverse harem is one sexual orientation with the opposite of their sexual orientation around them. So a hetero guy with a bunch of girls, or a hetero girl with a bunch of guys is the typical. But Soma Yukihira is the main character, and I don't think not every girl is in love with him.
I can think at least
And-
4 girls in the show so far who have some kind of vested interest in him. And then I think there's one teacher that I think also has the hots for him. So it's a weird mix thing, but there's a lot going on. But the breakdown of like each battle is very psychological. Like they break it down like he came from so and so, such and such. It's the hype up reel that you watch on all the reality television shows of like, this is why I cook the way that I cook. One time I fell in love and the girl left, and when she left I was so sad that I had to make dumplings.
I feel like you have not watched enough anime to get this anime. Like, I feel like you don't get it. But so in anime, especially in this one, it's about passion, and the passion that they have all stems from something that has happened to them and a
I'm gonna
choice
tell
that
you
they
that
made.
they do get some passion.
They do, like all of them. The only reason they make it at this school is because they're passionate and about their foodgasms too. I know that's what you're laughing at. But it's their passion that they have, and comes from a backstory. And I mean, that's character development in anything. Comes from your backstory. And in anime, it may be a little more blatant than it is in some American TV, but anime's blatant about a lot of things, which is part of why they're so good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. So Netflix has season 1 and
2.
is it all season 2 or is it just half of season 2?
Season 2 is shorter than season 1.
Okay, so the season 1 and season 2 are up there, which is
Yes.
where I've stopped. However,
Yes.
Paige has not stopped. She found it streaming elsewhere.
It is on
Subtitled.
Crunchyroll. It is all subtitles. All 5 seasons, which is its conclusion, is 5 seasons. All 5 seasons are on Crunchyroll. However, they are all subtitled. They have not been dubbed, which sucks because while I don't mind subtitled anime, I like to watch the anime and the animation and the action, and I can't do that and read at the same time.
Fair enough.
So-
All right, so real quick, who's your favorite character on the show?
Soma.
Okay. So I would have pegged that Megumi. I totally ruined her name there. Megame was your character.
You still said her. I do love Megumi, and Megumi is who I want Soma to end up with. But I feel like at the end of the show, nobody's going to end up with anybody, and it's going to be about the cooking, which I'm also fine with. But usually in anime, somebody ends up with somebody.
Yeah, so I was concerned in the beginning about escalation with the show because I was like, oh, well, he's just going to burn through these 10 people. But they did a good job of, like, pacing it out so that, like, he's not even on the table by the end of season 2. There's 10 people who sit at the table at the top of the class, and he's not on it.
I'm in the middle of season 3, and he's still ain't even close.
Yeah, I like Soma. I like the Italian kid.
Oh, Aldini. Which Aldini? There's 2 of them.
The one that considers Soma to be his rival. I like that character. And then, of course, Meat Meat. But Meat Meat is very weird. It's a very weird character. Like she's
Takumi.
super,
You like Takumi.
super over sexualized, always greased up and oily. It's just weird. But if you like cooking shows, I highly recommend this. If you like anime, I highly recommend this.
If you like ecchi anime, I highly recommend this.
Yeah, it's
If you don't like ecchi, you won't like it.
it's very entertaining. I highly recommend that you guys check it out. Numerical system, because I like breaking things down in numbers. It's just how I operate. What would you give it, Paige? Just seasons 1 and 2.
I'd give it a solid 8, actually. And I'm a harsh critic. Like, I'm a harsh critic. I'd give it a solid 8.0.
All right, so I'd probably go with 7. I think that there's some things that I don't like about it. Sometimes it just gets a little bit tedious with some of their stuff. Like, I feel like the tournaments took a little bit too long and kind of sucked the wind out of the sails. But I know why they did it. I just felt like it took too long. Like, the challenges every episode were kind of cool, but then they got into the tournament, and the tournament I just felt it took too long.
I disagree, but that's okay.
But check it out, guys. And we appreciate you listening. Join us next time as we discuss some other topic that's on the top of our head. And if you haven't already done so, I like to give people the opportunity at the end to go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and be notified by clicking the little bell and getting more of our information as we discuss other things that we enjoy. If you like it, let us know. Who's your main character? Drop it in the comments. I want to know. And you know
what other anime are you watching? Got any recommendations? I'm always up to watch something new. I'm starting to run out of shit, so let me know.
Also, if you want to challenge me to a food war, I'm down.
I want to watch that. Please, somebody ask him.
All
Please.
challengers welcome. All challengers. All right, guys, take it easy.
Bye, guys.